Okay, I'm addressing YouTubers in this video. So, YouTube and joy don't always go hand in hand. You've probably figured that one out. But the problem with joy and YouTube is that there's joy, there's being happy, and then there's consequence. The good consequences like money or fame or people, and then the bad consequences like breaking the law or going to jail or being scolded by the internet to the point you don't do anything else but you get off of the entire internet. So there's a fine line when it comes to joy and when it comes to consequence. And currently, YouTubers do not understand the difference at all. I don't know what it is, whether they just see the consequence and they completely forget about the joy part, or they just see the joy part and they completely forget the consequence part. Y'all, you have to realize there's a fine balance to this. There's a fine balance to joy. There's a fine balance to everything else. Is my mic right? Okay, my mic might be right. I'm just gonna edit it and hopefully you'll realize. Okay, so yeah, hold on. Y'all know in the news and other stuff that there's either a YouTuber who does something that they really love and they really enjoy and they really get joy out of it, but completely forget about the consequence part, and the consequence is they go to jail and they get completely scolded by the internet, or they figure out the consequences that if they do this, they can get money, they can get fame, but they won't be happy, and then eventually it both falls. So when it comes to doing YouTube, when it comes to YouTubers, when it comes to anything, there is a fine line to joy, being happy, and consequence. If your joy is too high, but you figure out the consequences of your joyous actions are low, well then it's not going to be good, and you should lower the joy so that the consequence gets higher and it's all better for you. It's a balance. There's a fine balance to this. You have to be joyful and you have to have good consequence. Do not do it just because you want to do it and you want to do the views. Figure out how to get joyful and how to fix the consequence. Because if you're a prank channel by chance and you have a really good prank, but you realize and you think about it and you truly understand the consequences of your actions are going to be completely and utterly awful for you and society, then don't do it. The views are not enough for your bad consequences of your actions. Okay? Figure out what makes you happy and do it to a point that your consequences is good enough that it won't overload you and that it's not low enough that it won't hurt you. Find a balance with joy and find a balance with the consequence. Thank y'all.